Welcome, everybody, to the JZilla and cross-threaded Laguna Seca Wreck and Heckle. This is race number 2 in the JZilla Tuesday Night iRacing series. And there's sounds as it turns over from time to time. We're just going to have to deal with that, my friends. I am your commentator, Jim Hunt. Thanks so much for joining us. Now, if you were with us last week, you know that you should probably go ahead and start drinking now, because there's not going to, it will be well, let's say it'll be a surprise if any of the cars make it around a lap. Now, last week we were racing at Road Atlanta, which is a home track for many of these folks, and even so, we had a lot of trouble. Now, there's some talk that the trouble that we had last week was as a result of the setup. The rear of the car was a little bit loose, a little bit hard to control, but you know, all these drivers know Road Atlanta pretty well, so they should have been able to control those cars, but they weren't. If you were watching last week's stream, you know that we had a little oops poops toward the end of the race, and the leader was crashed out between turn 5 and turn 6. Now, I've had the pleasure of working that corner at turn 5, and I've seen some actual wrecks there between 5 and 6. It is a place where wrecks happen. I mean, 5 is a challenging corner at Road Atlanta, but who knows what's going to happen here at Laguna Seca. This is the corkscrew is famous for a reason, and it's not famous because it's easy. So we're going to have quite a night ahead of us, my friends, I think. Now let's see what we're looking at here. So far, it looks like our pal Fred Hazelton once again is going to take the provisional pole. Now, if you recall, last week he was on pole in the previous race, but was not able to hang on to that for the race. And in fact, he demonstrated his displeasure at losing P1 going into turn 1 by later smashing other cars off the track in a fit of pique. Now, qualifying should be just ending now, and we should be gridding up shortly, unless I very much miss my guess. And then we're going to get underway. And when I say underway, I mean sort of underway, because it'll only be a matter of moments before the crashes begin. I hope everybody is enjoying joining us. I apologize for the technical details. I'm flying on some completely new setups and technical stuff here on this particular stream, so I'm hoping to get all that. I got some new hardware coming, so I'm hoping to get all that sorted out. Get out of here, top 5. All right, let's see what our results look like. So we got a minute and a half to go in qualifying. Doesn't look like too many cars are out on track, but it looks like it's going to be Hazelton, Olsen, Fleming, Wilmot, Greenberg, Eric Olsen, Ben Baruch, Valerie Bonchev, good old Rick Stengard, Warren Van Nuss. Good to see you on track there, Warren. And let's see here. And then we got Dung Yao Fan. And it looks like some cars that have not qualified, not least of which being my pal Bandy and Sonny Chen. Probably for the best that Sonny Chen's not on track. We'd like for some of the other cars to be able to make it around. Get out of here. All right, let's go. It looks like we have just 3 more cars on track trying to put in a late qualifying. If my results are correct, Ben Baruch is the last car on track. He's only got about 37 seconds left. Yep, that looks like the end of qualifying coming up there. Let's see if Ben is actually still on track. Nope, he's in the pit. That looks like Ben's car there. So we should be gridding shortly. Let's see what happens. Now, I have taken the liberty tonight, ladies and gentlemen, to bring a beverage for myself up to the broadcasting booth, otherwise known as the guest room, where my computer is. As I say, I think it's best for everybody if we get a little bit lubed up before we put up with this madness. Okay, so looks like... How did we end up there? Let's get to our grid. He might be in P2 there. Maybe we're waiting on some folks to grid still. Yeah. Why don't I see Hazleton? In my results. There he is. So we should be getting started here shortly, folks. Sure wish it would show me the list of drivers as they appear on the grid. Well, it looks like Hazleton, Olsen, Fleming, Wilmot, Greenberg, Eric Olsen, Baruch, Bonchev, Stengard, Van Nuss, and Yonfan. I apologize if I'm not pronouncing that correctly. Should be starting soon here. Let's see how we go. Now, if you're familiar with Laguna Seca, you know that the run down to turn 1 has got a little bit of a left kink in it, so I'm sure that we'll see some madness down there. All right, we should be starting shortly. There's the green flag, and away we go. Looks like a good start for Hazleton this time, and a good start, or there's a lot of cars going into 1 there. Hazleton out front. Looks like Greenberg making a move there on the outside. Not familiar with those other 2 cars. One of those is Olsen for sure. So right now it's Hazleton, Greenberg, Fleming, Olsen. Greenberg, a good showing through 1. Hazleton, Greenberg, Fleming. It looks like Fleming right on Greenberg's tail there, with Olsen and Wilmot right behind, and Baruch in the pink car. So here's your top 5, and Greenberg has already lost it. He might have gotten a little bit of a tap there. Wouldn't surprise me one little bit if he did get some help leaving the track there. So now we're Hazleton, Fleming, Wilmot. That is Wilmot. He changed the color of his car between last week and this week. Wheels are still the same color. Thank you for that, Wilmot. So it looked like Wilmot very nearly got under Fleming and gave him a little shove off track, but he kept it clean. Of course, we know what happens when Wilmot keeps it clean. He gets hip checked off the track anyway. Isn't that right, Fred? So now we've got a top 4 group running strong. Hazleton putting in some solid laps. If I'm not mistaken, it looks like he's getting away from the field just a touch, turning in a 149.2, and then behind Fleming and Wilmot at 149.9 and 150.2. Fleming having a little bit of trouble with 1 there, as does Olsen. Olsen's going to lose some time, but Fleming and Wilmot have closed the gap to Hazleton, so here's your front-running group of 3. Fleming off the track there, bumping into, that was Fleming off the track there, bumping into Wilmot a little bit, but Wilmot manages to get it back in line. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a little taparoo here, and it looked like that was quite a bit of what they would call argy-bargy in certain series. Wilmot gets a run, or that was Fleming getting a run on Wilmot. Let's see if he can make it stick. He's got the inside line. No, he cannot. Wilmot in the pink, formerly black car. Okay, here we go into the corkscrew again. Let's see if Hazelton can make a little time on this field. A little bit wide coming out of the corkscrew there, but that's okay. Some pretty solid racing going on here from our top four. Not looking too shabby. Now, if I were a betting man, which is to say if I had any money to spend on gambling, I would not be surprised at all if Jesse Olsen was able to make up some time on this field. And not too far behind him is our pal Warren Van Nuss. You can see him just come over the top of the hill there as the field heads down into one. Or is that two at Laguna Seca? Nobody knows. I'm just looking it up. You'll excuse me, won't you? Yeah, the Andretti hairpin is 2. Forgive me for calling that incorrectly, my friends. 1 is that pink to the left, as it would be, wouldn't it? Now, it looks to me like, and I could be wrong, but it looks to me like this car, Warren Van Nuss, looks to me like he's making time on the field. And that could be a problem for Olsen. It could be a problem for the whole crew if he's able to catch him up. But if he keeps turning in good laps, his last lap was a 141.5, and the leaders were more in the 142 range. So that's a half a second interval. As you can see, he's going to close it up on these guys, I believe. If he's able to keep it solid, I believe Van Nuss will close that gap up to Olsen pretty soon. Now, whether he'll be able to get around Olsen or not is another matter. And of course, if he should pull alongside Hazelton, he will be shoved off the track unceremoniously. Now, it looks like we got a little bit of Wilmot on Hazelton. Now, this is a bit of a grudge match from last week. I'm making fun of Hazelton because he hip-checked Wilmot in turn 2 at Road Atlanta and sent him into the K-Rail last week. So if Wilmot is able to put a move on Hazelton at this point, I think he would have to call it a very much a well-deserved move. Let's see if he can make it work. Wilmot driving angry there. He's caught him up. I think he's going to be able to do it. If I'm not mistaken, he's certainly going to be. He's right up his trumpet. Wins his next good spot for a turn. Well, he could try to send it right up into the setup of the corkscrew, but that would be awfully brave. I mean, that is a heavy braking area. Let's see what happens here. All right. Hazelton taking the conservative line, but also protecting his position. Wilmot does not try anything going into the corkscrew. Probably wise. So I think his next best opportunity. He almost makes it happen. Probably going to be turn 11 there. Yeah, here we go. He has a look. Yep, he's going to try to late break Hazelton. Hazelton gives him room. Most likely remembering what happened last week. In fact, look, these guys are all friends. There's been some friendly banter this week. Quite frankly, there's been a lot of apologies from the bad actors in last week's race. So while I am making fun of them, these guys are all pals. In fact, they're all members of the JZilla family. So there's no actual acrimony of which I'm aware. But we do have a new leader, Wilmot, in the lead of the race. So Wilmot, Hazelton, Fleming, Olsen, and Van Nuss. And we're all running together as a pretty tight group here. So anybody's race, and now we're on lap 5 of 27, so we got plenty of time to go. Everybody's got to keep that concentration about them. Now, just out of curiosity, just had a little sip of wine there, you'll excuse me. Out of curiosity, let's see what's been happening with the rest of the field, if there are any incidents going on. Well, you bet your sweet ass there are some incidents. Looks like Baruch got into a little bit of noops poops. Let's see how that went down. Here he is. Looks like he's setting up for a turn. Oh, a little hot. Got into the sand and, into the tires. Unfortunate. Now, Greenberg had a little problem. Let's see what happened to him. Oh, I think he just dipped a couple of wheels there, heading down the front straight. Dung had an issue. Oh, let's see that again. We don't know exactly what happened to him, do we? Something happened. Not sure. Let's get back to our leaders here. Looks like Wilmot has put a little bit of time on the field. Wilmot, Hazelton, Fleming, Olsen, and Van Nuss getting around Olsen there. Give me Van Nuss. Van thing. There we go. Van Nuss and Olsen turning into 4. Who is ahead now? Looks like Van Nuss. Well, that's surprising to me. Now, I drive a car. Personally, I own a track car that was designed by Warren Van Nuss. So, I know that he's a decent engineer. Didn't know that he was much of a driver, but it looks like he's really turning it in iRacing tonight. I happen to know that Jesse Olsen is a good driver. What can Van Nuss do? Can he move up through the field even farther? All he's got to do is get around Fleming, Hazelton, and Wilmot, and he can bring this race home. Setting up for the corkscrew. Everybody gets through. Safely. Looks like Van Nuss had a little step out of the rear there, but he managed to control it. Beautifully done. Olsen gets a run on him. Oh, he's alongside. Oh. Van Nuss just manages to stay ahead. Here we are, setting up for 11. This would be a great place to try a late break for Olsen, but he doesn't do it. It looks like Greenberg on hit in there, unless I'm mistaken. Nope, it's not. That is done. Okay, here we are with Wilmot. Wilmot, Hazelton, Fleming, Van Nuss, Olsen. Having a little bit of trouble with the hairpin there, the Andretti hairpin. Looks like Hazelton got a run on Wilmot. Will he be able to make it into anything? Taps him in the rear. And that fight has enabled Fleming to close the gap up to Hazelton. So running into Wilmot did not do much for Hazelton there. But we got a tight front group of 3. Inside of Hazelton, but he didn't quite manage to make it stick. Still have a little look here. And this group, this leading group of 4 is really tightening up. Let's see if anybody makes a move down into 11. Hazelton looked like he might want to, but did not. So he remained a tight group, but I'm surprised to see a gap between this leading 4 and Olsen. Fleming right. I don't mind telling you. let it breathe because he thought he might bump into Wilmot, and he's like the field is going to catch him pretty soon. He's lapping at 1:45, so about 2.5 seconds off the pace. So they should catch him pretty quickly. What's that going to do for our leaders? It looks like our group of four, well, it looks like we've lost Van Nuss and Olsen a little bit. Maybe Van Nuss had a little bit of a problem in one of the turns, not sure. Well, let's see what this traffic does for Wilmot. We'll focus on him. Let's see how he handles it. Oh, there's a car in the middle of the track. Oh, that could be bad news. And there's Baruch. There must have been an incident previously. We'll go back and look at that in just a second. Just want to see Wilmot make his move here. Goes a little bit hot into the turn. Does he try it, breaking into the corkscrew? Oh, don't do it. And the other car is hot in the corkscrew, so it becomes a non-issue for Wilmot. So Wilmot has got a little bit of a gap on Hazelton now because Hazelton is stuck around some of the back markers. Looks like that's Baruch that Hazelton is still behind, looking for a good spot to get around him. Tries it in 11. Let's see how he did. Looks like he got around. Looks like Baruch either gave him room or was hot coming out of 11. Then that's in third now. So something has happened to Fleming. I just want to see the leaders get around these back markers, and then we'll go and see what happened to Fleming. And there's Van Nuss gets bumped off track. That was Bonchev that bumped Van Nuss off track, then had an incident, and Van Nuss is able to continue. And that is what happens when you attempt to pass slower drivers in iRacing. Let's go back and have a look at the incidents and see if there's anything that we can see. Let's get rid of this top 5 window. View race summary. View ticker. So Van Nuss now quite a bit. Olsen was able to get around Van Nuss. Jesse Olsen, that is. Oh, that's a shame. All right, so let's see what events we had. Okay, here is an incident with Hazelton. That's Baruch crashing in the corkscrew, I believe. So let's see what happened to Hazelton. He got 4 for something. He must have tapped. Must have given a little taparoo on the way around there. There's an incident here for Davis. What happened to him? Oh, he's just disappearing. Here's an incident with Greenberg. Not sure what happened to him. Shake-up for all these cars. I'm not seeing it. Here's Van Nuss. That's Van Nuss getting hip checked off track. And as a result, Konchev loses the car. Okay, I know that. Here's an incident with Bandy. So it says. Stengard had an off-track incident of some kind. No, Rick. Breaking for the hairpin. Oh. Lost the car. A little bit of a tank slapper, but oh, yeah. There, he's got it. Well done. Uh-oh, it looks like we've had an incident with Olsen, Jesse Olsen. Let's see what happened here. Looks like he's following Hazelton. They cross the... Whatever happened, he only picked up 1 for it, so it shouldn't be too bad. Something's happened with Van Nuss here. He picked up 4 for it. There's a 4 here, so... Wilmot, Olsen, Van Nuss. I think we're pretty far apart now. Wilmot is... Seems to me, okay, lap 13 of 27, looked like he lost the car just a little bit there heading into the corkscrew. But if he's really got, as it's reporting, if he's really got 5 seconds on Olsen and 14 seconds on Van Nuss, all he's got to do is keep this thing on track, and he should be okay. What's Olsen up to? Driving along. No, he's not doing so bad. Fleming just got around Van Nuss. Wait, Van Nuss is in 5th, according to this. Oh, he just pitted in. He's gone to get some tires. So Hazelton probably, well, certainly trying to close up on Fleming. Olsen trying to close up on Wilmot. Well, let's see if there's any more action going on farther back in the field now. Looks like a Baruch might have had a little incident. And here's, well, this is something happened with Greenberg. Comes across the line. Tracks all the way out. That looks good. Brakes. Ooh. I don't know, that looks all right to me. Does he get around okay? Yes, he does. So why was that in the incident list, you may ask? Nobody knows. Here's the same thing. Baruch coming down the front straight. Looks fine. Tracking out. Braking for 2. Little wiggle there. Oh, whoa. Looks like he maybe. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It was a little shaky there, but he managed to make it work. Stengard having an incident here. It's the JZilla car. Nice looking livery there, Rick. So what happened to Rick? Does he give Bandy a little taparoo? Doesn't look like it. Maybe he didn't manage to get the car all the way stopped. A little bit wide, too. Maybe he just dipped a couple of wheels there. Hard to say. Okay. Davis has something happen here. You know, I think people are picking up incidents for driving along normal-like, setting up for 2. I don't know why it's giving everybody these incidents, but they're not that big a deal. Okay, now that I understand. Oh, Davis got did a little bit of overlanding there. Hey, hashtag van life, right? He just wanted to get off track and see what those tires looked like. And don't we all? So Olsen in the lead now. Fleming, Wilmot, Hazelton, and I presume that's based on pit stops. Olsen has not pitted. Fleming, Wilmot, Hazelton, and Van Nuss have all pitted. So Olsen is going to have to do that sooner or later, because he needs tires in order to finish the race. That looks like Greenberg coming out of the pits there. Let's see if I'm right. Yep, it is indeed. But, okay, so it looks like Olsen currently lapping at about 144, where his best lap is more of a 141. So he might be trying to leave it as late as he can. According to the timing screen, he's got 31 seconds on Fleming. Here's Fleming. Just coming through, too. Looking good and grippy on those new tires. He must have gotten them nice and warmed up. This is what it's like to be in Fleming's car. Some pretty significant grip there. So, if that's the case, when Fleming comes around on this next lap, we should see him close that interval up to the point where he's chasing Olsen. Now, the question will be, is if Olsen takes the pit in right here, and indeed he does. So we're going to have a new leader on track, which will be Fleming. In his interval to Wilmot, your number 2, your P2, once they pass Olsen in the pits, will be only a second and a half. Olsen has not even gotten to his pit stall yet. And here's Wilmot. Excuse me. This is the one we want. It's Fleming, just coming around 11. Doubt very much Olsen's going to be able to get out of the pits in order to. He didn't have quite enough time there. Here's Fleming just coming down and is going to pass him now. So Olsen drops to 5th because Van Nuss and Hazelton have both passed the pit in. There they are, coming down the front straight and crossing the line. How's Olsen doing? He's just now pitting out. I think he's going to come out behind Van Nuss, though, which that would be how they were running earlier. Let's see if he manages to get ahead of Van Nuss. No, he does not. Look at him go. Okay. So, what do we got? left. All right. Oh, Fleming took a little curve there. Got a little bit loose, but he managed to save it. And away they go. Now, between Wilmot and Hazleton, I believe we're looking at a gap of around 10 seconds. Here's Hazleton. Just setting up for 11 there. There's Van Nuss. Right underneath Hazleton's exhaust pipe. Now, Hazleton has got the ability to put down a very, very fast qualifying lap, but there's something about his racecraft. Oh, Van Nuss goes for a move into... Warren is going to be able to make that stick. So he was just getting loose there on the track out of 3, between 3 and 4. But Hazleton wasn't able to capitalize. Now, I was just saying about Hazleton that he's able to put in a very fast qualifying lap. But there's something about his racecraft where he doesn't do quite as well during the race. Whereas right now, Van Nuss is proving himself to be quite a machine. Now, I've only seen Van Nuss race in one other iRacing race. Oh, he did the same thing that Wilmot did a couple of laps ago. Got a little bit loose on the out of the corkscrew, but saved by physics. You can thank Sir Isaac Newton for that one. Newton, his name was. Sir Isaac Newton, you can thank him for. Will Olsen be able to catch Hazleton and pass him? It's an open question. Let's see how Fleming and Wilmot are doing. Here's Fleming. Wilmot pretty close behind. Okay, we paid a lot of attention to our leaders, our top 5. Here they are one more time, and then we'll go through the field and have a look and see how everybody's doing. So that's Fleming, Wilmot. Here's Fleming. There's Wilmot right behind. Van Nuss. Putting a little time on Hazleton. And Olsen breathing down his neck. Now here's Eric Olsen. Looks like he's just coming out of 2 there and setting up for 3. He is in P6 currently. He's about 50 seconds. Excuse me, he's 37 seconds behind the other Olsen. And he's just disappeared, so that's a problem. Here comes Greenberg, setting up for 2. About 1:16 back. Here's our pal Bandy. Getting way wide. Andretti. Pop out of existence. And according to the timing screen, Stengard is trying to make a move on Davis, but he's not going to do it getting loose coming out of the corkscrew like that. Here he is, our pal Rick in the JZilla Track Days car. He might be able to make that work. Here's Val Bonchev in the number 77 car. And Ben Baruch is coming out of the pits. That is his 5th pit stop. Does not manage to keep it on the road and pit out. Oh, Ben. Ben, I'm going to suggest that you get yourself a more sedate car livery if you're going to drive like that. Maybe something in camouflage so people can't see it. And last but far from least, Scott Lovett, who is currently in the pit. He's 4 laps down, so he might not even be racing anymore. I'm not sure what's going on with him, but he has pitted 3 times. Okay, back to our leaders. Fleming, Wilmot, Van Nuss, a little bit farther behind. Last lap for Van Nuss, 142.5. Last lap for Wilmot, 143.8. So Van Nuss closing the gap once again. Should be able to catch those. Currently in a podium position is Van Nuss. 7 laps to go. Would not be surprised if he was able to close it up there to at least to Wilmot, if not to Fleming. Now, behind, here's Olson. Looks like he's managed to make a move on Hazelton. And indeed he has, because he's in front of him. And that's how that works. It is indeed. How is Fleming going to handle this? Will he be able to get around clean? I don't know if he's going to catch him in time for 11, but Bonchev makes it easy for him by losing it in 10. Setting up 2. Hard to say what's going on with the timing information in the way there. My apologies. So around. He's got a little bit of room before he closes up the motion. Olson stalking down Van Nuss as best he can. Hazelton stalking down Olson as best he can. Close that gap up a little bit. See if he's able to make a move in this corkscrew complex. So, round 6. Navigating 7. Brake. Turn in. Looks like he closed up the distance, but Olson puts it back on him as soon as they're coming out of the corkscrew complex. There's a puff of smoke there at 10. I believe that's Bonchev, yes indeed, off the track again, or that might have been... Yes, it was Bonchev. So, Fleming on the front straight. Who's he catching there? Is that Greenberg? Whoever it was, he's no longer on the track. The question is, did Fleming give him a taparoo? Now, interesting to me that Van Nuss has managed to make it into second. He got around Olson somehow. Van Nuss did. See if we have any session events of note. Here's Olson with an incident. What happened to him? Somehow. Well, looks all right to me so far. Might have dipped a wheel there. Oh, he was just hot. Hot in two, but it looks okay. Maybe dipped a wheel there. Oh, it doesn't look too bad. Seems alright to me. Hazelton had an incident here of some kind. He picked up one. I think there must be something about the track boundaries here where it's really easy to pick up one if you get your tires close to the track out when you're setting up for two. Or at, some point during two. Because you just saw Hazelton navigate turn two there, and it seemed fine to me. Did not seem like a particularly big deal. Hazelton, right on Olsen's tail. 5 laps to go. Ooh, Hazelton did a couple of wheels there, but manages to make it okay. He was under compression. And that was turn 6 there. Under compression there, so that might have helped him stick to the dust. I won't say stick to the track because he wasn't on the track. Or at least not always on the track. Looks like Olsen getting pretty close to Van Nuss there. Will he be able to take the podium spot away from Van Nuss? See if he has a little look here heading into 11. He has a look, but he doesn't try it. Ends up a little hot through 11. And here we go down the front straight. Now, during all of this mess, they are lapping faster. Okay, Van Nuss just took the lead. Van Nuss, Olsen, Hazelton. So somebody must have pitted. Yes, indeed. There's Fleming just drove into the pits. I wonder if he meant to do that. Might have just taken a splash of gas there. Unfortunate for Fleming. He didn't take any tires, but he might have taken a splash of gas. All right, so here we are. We're getting close to the end of the race, ladies and gentlemen. 4 laps to go. Olsen could not be closer to Van Nuss. Now, Van Nuss has moved a long way through the field. If you recall when we started this race, it looks like Olsen is trying to make his... Fill up their mirrors. Be so close to their car that every time they look in the mirrors, that you are all that they can see. And sometimes you can force an error, which I think might be what happened to Van Nuss there. Although, given that this is sim racing, Van Nuss might not even have one mirror, let alone 3 or 4. Some extremely close racing here. Van Nuss has got to try another pass. We got 4 laps to go. Heading down the front straight. 4 to go. Let's see what it looks like from Van Nuss's car. Look how close they are. Van Nuss could reach out and tickle Olsen right now if he wanted to. And he probably does. Remember, we are all friends here. Going through 2. Now, Hazelton is licking his chops in the rear because all it's going to take is for Van Nuss to get into the side of Olsen, also known as pulling the Hazelton, in which case Olsen will go rocketing off the track and bounce off some cable, and Hazelton will be able to waltz his way to a victory, much like Olsen was not able to do last week because he was too busy bouncing off of Seca Chen's car. Not Olsen's fault, by the way. That was all Chen. Okay. Ooh, big bump there for Van Nuss. Some different lines going through 6. And here we go to some back markers. So let's get a far chase look at Olsen. And you can also see the very front of Van Nuss's car there. Olsen is going to have to navigate these back markers. With 3 laps to go, we got plenty of time. This is lap 25 of 27. Next will be 26 because that's how numbers work. Just saying. Most likely they're going to have to deal with these back markers, but it might be on the next lap, depending on how fast that back marker is. And I believe that might be Bonchev. So it's possible that Olsen will not have to deal with Bonchev because Bonchev will lose the rear of the car and spin off the track. Very possible. So here we go, setting up for 2. And we got a little bit of time before he catches Bonchev, I think. No, he's getting pretty close. Van Nuss just breathing down his neck. Hazelton breathing down Van Nuss's neck. It's neck to neck to neck, as they say at the Goose Farm. Olsen, yeah, he's definitely going to catch him this lap. I'm thinking probably, just looking at the delta, just looking at the closing speed, I'm thinking that he's going to want to make a late braking maneuver into 11 and then have to front straight to himself. Now, this is lap 26, so Olsen should see the white flag as he comes around. Now, if he times this perfectly, he could have Bonchev as a rolling roadblock for Van Nuss as he takes the white flag, and then he could spin the last lap, patting himself on the back. Let's see how it plays out. Van Nuss all over Olsen. He might be able to make a move here. He's got a run on him, gives him a tap, another tap. That was a lot of tapping. Van Nuss has got to let it breathe here and let Olsen go. He doesn't. He goes for a late braking maneuver on the outside. Does not work out for him, but it also spoils Olsen's chances to catch Bonchev and get around, which he doesn't necessarily need to do. Van Nuss late braking there, closes up the limit, closes up the gap in 11. They are neck and neck. Here's how close Van Nuss is to Olsen. Hazelton a little bit farther behind, swerving back and forth for reasons utterly unknown. But here's Van Nuss. Now, you know Van Nuss is going to try to make a move. Bonchev, oh no! Van Nuss off the track. Tried to go hot into 2. Bonchev juked left. Not sure what was going on there, but now here is Olsen. If it would... And when Van Nuss went off the track, it was after the finish of the race. I apologize. Hard to know. Hard to know. I guess there's a lap 0 according to the software. You'll have to excuse me. This is only my second iRacing race, so I apologize for not being an expert. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, friends of all ages, that's a little bit far away. Let's get a little bit closer to that. Here is the celebratory donut by Jesse Olsen. He will be tagged by some other aquamarine car for no good reason, looks like. Somebody's got to take that fun away from Olsen. He is happy as a clam. Should have won last week. Had a little bit of a problem late in the race. So it goes, my friends. So it goes. Well, thank you so much for watching. I have been Jim Hodgson. I apologize for the technical problems. This is only the second one. As I say, we will get better. Or we won't. Regardless, thank you to our friends at JZilla for putting this together. Thank you for Sonny Chen for managing this foolishness. Having a lot of fun calling these races. Hope you guys dig it too. And All right. I'm Jim. Love you. Mean it. Talk soon.